Police, a dynamic player out at Mamelodi Sundowns, but guess what? At the end of his contract in June this year, but Sundowns do control his fate. They do have an option to trigger, but they haven't yet triggered it. They are actually discussing potentially a new a deal in terms of where to go from here. Shuffle, he could possibly also be joining a new team if this option is not triggered.
And I come to you, Jabu, ngale story lesi sakamkhulisa ngoba ke iplayer athi masihleli la sikhuluma ngeSundowns la ngena wabonisa ukulithanda.
Yeah, no, ngimthanda kakhulu, although noma ngicabanga ukuthi he should have done better. I mean, ufike ku Sundowns ngo 2018-2019 season, he played 103 matches, wakora 6 goals, wa assista 4, and then his best season, it was the following season, yaka 2019-20 season, where he played 22 games, wakora 4 goals, wa assista 1. Naku CAF udlale 35 games, wakora 4 goals, wa assista 1. So player engicabanga ukuthi since ngo 2018 mawubheka 103 games, I think he should have played more games, but ku Sundowns there's a lot of quality, but for mina ngiyamthanda, mhlawumbe angayonceda ngale naturena ngoba izinto zasinaturena zambi kahle with the experience that he has is a Champions League and also winning the trophies.
Okay, Mazar.
Well, talking about winning trophies, Coach Manqoba Mngqithi done it at Mamelodi Sundowns, hoping to do it at Golden Arrows. But the reason I'm bringing up his name here is because I spoke to him on the sidelines of our game over the weekend about this Royal AM situation. We know that the Board of Governors, that's all PSL clubs, a big week for Royal AM. They meet on Thursday to decide their fate, whether to boot them out as recommended by the Executive Committee. He's been vocal about how he wanted more KZN teams to give them a chance to win the championship. This is what Coach Manqoba Mngqithi had to say when I spoke to him.
It was always nice to have so many teams in the province, and it could have been even nicer with Durban City coming into the PSL when we still have so many teams, because that's the only possibility and a better chance for KZN teams to even win the championship one day, because the traveling of these coastal teams is always the biggest challenge. Because if you look at how many teams are based in Gauteng, it always poses a lot of difficulty for these teams, and most of these teams do not even have the same level of sponsorship. So when we've got a lot of games that are played in and around KZN, it gives a little bit of a breather to use the grant and to use whatever little sponsorship you have to be able to sustain yourself.
Well, from one former Mamelodi Sundowns coach to another, Coach Rulani Mokwena is in big trouble heading into this weekend. I'm told that his representatives are flying out to Wydad Athletic Club to discuss his future and some financial obligations that have not been met by the club since his arrival there. And possibly, if the meeting does not go his way, he could be headed back to South Africa or could be going to the Club World Cup. But keep it locked on sabcsport.com. We'll have an update on what happens from that meeting this week.
Yeah, and, you know, we want to back Coach Rulani and what he's had to deal with there, because it's been a lot, Coach. But when you think of the prospect of him having to be let go there, I wonder about the future of the team more than I do about Rulani.
Absolutely. I mean, the type of football that he plays as a coach is not ideal for where he is. He's played 32 matches, won 13, drawn 12, and lost 7. And when you look at this team, Njengamanje Spotlight Sisekteni, he's lost out on the Moroccan Throne Cup. I mean, the last time Wydad won this cup was in 2001, and in 2021 they were runners-up. So major cups and trophies and all of that, they've only won them in 2021-22. Mabawinili Ibotola Cup League, and also winning the CAF Champions League against Al Ahly. Otherwise, Nabo, they're trying to find themselves. Saying him World Cup if bayamchitha manje.
Well, while his future is not guaranteed, I'll tell you what the Minister of Sports says is guaranteed. It's video assistant referee. Sports Minister says he's got the budget. Now he's met with PSL, he's met with SAFA. And if you look around the world, Hawkeye supplies the technology to tennis, to FIFA as well. And now the tender is being prepared for someone who can come in and assist South Africa in terms of that technology. Could it be that next season, the Betway Premiership will have video assistant referee? Yo, Ritlabonati.
Thank you so much, with the news. Now let's go to another part where we need you to be ungxenye yohlelo lethu. We want to know ukuthi naba abadlali abakhetho ke ama analyst ethu bathathu, wena khetha omthandayo.
Notlant Amtandi, all the way from Kagiso. She has scored 2 goals against Malawi, where she made her debut also in 2020 in the COSAFA Cup. Sisuka kwelinye player, this one is from Kimberly Unkota. He so far has scored 6 goals with he's played 6 matches with 3 goals and 2 assists for Orlando Pirates.
Hayi no Peter Shalulile naye hayi akazibekanga phansi hayi uShainet left right and center izo ngale goal le bekuse kuyigoli lakhe le-3 this season ku Champions League, but he scored 23 goals in all competition this season.
19 in the Champions League, making Peter Shalulile the all-time leading goal scorer of CAF Champions League football in the PSL. You've got the young Kota who just says, what is the Champions League if it's not just another game? And of course, Aiwashaile, and the second one, Kanotlanta, was a sweet, sweet goal, wasn't it? So, Cape Town City concluded they transfer business early. We here gave them a round of applause. We said, what a team, the way that they concluded very early. Pre-season. But they've since fired 2 coaches, are on their 3rd coach, and they've set themselves up for relegation dogfight. What do you make of what's going on at Cape Town City? Nalabit Kilcourt. There's currently a live game in the Premier League where Newcastle is leading. We're going to go to the Premier League and all the action from the weekend in a bit. But firstly, here he is. It's the referee, the one that the whole of South Africa waits for on a Monday evening. It's the principal.
Yeah, really once more, we're going to MC Alger and Orlando Pirates in the CAF match, right, played in Egypt. There's what we call hand on the face. As you know, the instruction says hand on the face, a yellow card must come out. Evidence, we have evidence here that he was hit on the face and then a yellow card was not given. If you look at it there, you will see that Bamshayele Ngempela, Umfana Kamahopa Uwara, so yellow card was supposed to come out. Here's the hand there on the face. Yellow card was supposed to come out, it did not come out. So incorrect decision by the referee Umamut Mahmoud. Right, we move over to the same match. We see Chain holding the ball. The law says when the goalkeeper is in control of the ball, he cannot be challenged. Meaning he holds the ball, he bounces it, he tosses it up in the air, he cannot be challenged. Let's see if Shane was challenged while holding the ball. We can see that a goal is scored, but is there an offense committed by the MC Alger? Yes, let's show it to you. Here is the offense. The goalkeeper is being challenged, so therefore, correct decision by the referee to disallow the goal for an infringement on the keeper was impeded. So Lana, he should have seka from the referee. Right, we're going to the next one. Serino almost scored a goal. But Asponen could know was in the right position. Asampenke will see Bujana there holding the ball. Who kicked the ball there? It's a Mart to Serino. Where is Serino? Is he in an offside or onside position? We're going to draw the line. As you can see, there is offside. And when we draw the line, yes, it is no man's land. Biggs do that's an offside list. So now he received the ball. There's no flag that comes out. I will show you why the flag did not come out. Look at the assistant referee. He's in no man's land, not in line with the second last defender. That's why he got it wrong. So incorrect decision by the referee not to a flag for offside. This goal could have been allowed and incorrect decision. Let's go to the next one. We see CPC scoring a goal. We told you, when the goalkeeper is in control of the ball, he cannot be challenged. Is this one in control of the ball? Let's go to Asamben Siobone Pulukwan. We talk of offside. There's no offside because both Makaule and CPC are in an onside position put by Kambala there. Right, let's see when the ball is played there. You see CPC there celebrating a goal. We can show you again that Kambala put these two in an onside position. Then the ball fell or the goalkeeper fumbled there. We'll show it to you. He fumbled. Anyone can challenge for that ball. Therefore, CPC come and say manna from heaven and then beautiful goal. Right, let's go to the last one. We told you that hand on the face. It's second yellow and it's red. Now here there's hand on the face. Uno pepe way tulana. Let's have a look. There's hand on the face. Second yellow. Let's see what he does there. Masikol, he blew his whistle, took out the yellow card. He even showed that we're giving a yellow card because there's hand on the face. You see hand on the face there on another player. So correct decision by Umaskole Bambisa to give a red card in this situation to Shezi there as he goes out. So this decision is what we call a second yellow card for hand on the face tagging an opponent.
Well, there it is. Those are the decisions we can.
Dino van Rooyen. Rene Kopanachalo. Kamarajo Nachi. Bata Pangura. Ebetswa ka no Pirates. Arbone batsa khile ba kwa pele. Pirates kota. Yawazi amaqhinga eMamelodi Sundowns. Awukatakisa inhlanzi lo mdlalo. Umdlalo we-Champions namhlanje. Champions zaseMzantsi Afrika kwi-league. Champions zaseTunisia ibhola ende nenhle. Lethwa ngenhlobo lo bhola ufaka inyawo Peter Shalulile. Ebakaphakathi.
Sfonage bathi ayiphose iyaphoswa. Andre the Young 92 bakhe Sfonage hloko kukhandela yena lapha ke usomapala.
But it's going to be a grand mystery as to who the identity of all the semi-finalists will be. Before the final whistle splits the air, Steve Barker will make a trio of changes, realizing that his team needs something right now. Massive chance here, St. Stevens with a heroic, stupendous save.
Well, these are confirmation of the results there. Al Ahly going one up against Al Hilal. But the big one here, and people who've almost written themselves into the semi-finals as Premiers, Beshago and Esfang, Makola Mane, Kwelota, Besekai, Sundowns, and Esperance, of course, 1-0. What can we look forward to this coming Tuesday? Umdalo Esperance Tunis, Idala Nemamlodi Sundowns, Le Tunisia, Uzobu Live. Now is a game that we can look forward to. You can see the aggregate there is 1-0. Orlando Pirates then play on Wednesday at 5:30. That game will be a sold-out affair. Orlando, they take a 1-0 aggregate into that match there. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the Orlando Pirates and this Mamelodi Sundowns team as well as Stellenbosch and how they've played. But we have to do it in respect. Orlando Pirates, Sengi right this season. Look at what he's done, Jabu. 200 goals. He's the first Pirates coach in history who Shamba goals about 200. 122. Uyena yedwa uhamba phambili at winning 4 consecutive Soweto derbies.
Yeah, a very remarkable record lapayana and well deserved because ngiyakhumbula makafika hey bebambiza ngamagama man bambiza ngamaplamba yeah bambiza ngawo yonke lezinto but you know he kept calm and bekazi ukuthi ispan sakhe uzeleni and he did well when and he brought a lot of young players into the Orlando Pirates setup.
Is he the best Orlando Pirates coach ever?
Ama-stats now ayasho mfethu ngisho mina ngithi for the last 10 years I think he is the best.
Coach?
Yabona coach nje ngiyambheka ngithi ngimshayela izandla because he started in Celta Vigo, the same Celta Vigo yayidlalela uBenny McCarthy in 2010 in the youth structures. And then njengamanje uyakhuphuka uzile South Africa wa Eddie Velo. Hayi coach ngikuthulela isiqoko. Ngikuthulela isiqoko coach. Ngikuthulela isiqoko.
AmaZulu finally bounced back to winning ways after 3 straight losses, narrowly beating Richards Bay FC in a Betway Premiership KZN derby played at the Kings Veletini Stadium in Mlazi. In what has been a challenging but also a successful week for the Buccaneers, they returned home to reduce the gap between themselves and Mamelodi Sundowns. Ngenkathi amaBuccaneer anqoba ngegoli elodwa eqandeni adlala nePolokwane City e-Old Peter Mokaba Stadium.
Sibheke nje le free kick. Nanga iphakamisa. Asibona ithuba phakathi. Ethiyana header. lathatha ibhola la shot goalkeeper lamshaya uSmith angazilutho kangako.
eChipa United ithi sawuxola amadoda uba ngaba sokudlala ngokulingana. Yayicenga le iChipa ibhola. Bayiphakamisile le ibhola ibethwa ngenhloko kodwa ecawu kwebhala. Arose College yabuya nale ibhola. Hayi bapasa kakhulu. Yayicenga uphuma ngaphandle nale ibhola kuthiwa mayibe yi-goal kick.
iSuperSport United iyafunda ukuthi uma usezansi kwi-log hayi kunzima ukuphuma ezembeni. Lokhu bakubone ngenkathi badlala ngokulinganayo neMarumo Gallants 1-1 at Dr. Petrus Molemele Stadium. Amasatsanza Apitori, who are currently occupying the playoff spot on the log, took the lead on the stroke of half-time. Bradley Grobler beating an offside trap and putting the ball past Daniel Akbe after he was set up nicely by the impressive Lebohang Mabue. But just after the hour mark, veteran defender Trevor Matiane netted the equalizer from a goal-mouth scramble as the visitors failed to clear an in-swinging corner kick. Kaizer Chiefs' winless streak extended to 4 matches after they were held to a 1-1 draw by a well-determined TS Galaxy at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. Amakhosi yiwona atheleke kuqala kulomdlalo uwandile Duba eshaya igoli lakhe lesihlanu uthaphe ehlulekile ukuvimba umshosha phansi kaGaston Sereno awalishaya phakathi uDuba. The Rockets fought back hard in the second half and they were rewarded 9 minutes from full time with Mlungisi Mbunjana burying home a loose ball as Chiefs failed to clear a set play. Ubi Gunazradin Nadi 1-1 it finished. A 10-man's Kukune United shot up to 3rd position on the log with a hard-fought 2-1 victory against Cape Town City, who have now gone 11 matches without a win in the league, which is their worst run ever. Ibabina noko ivule ngegoli lika Samkele Sihlali awubedidekile abo Popeye ne-defense yakhe uChibuke Ohizu ethola i-assist. The visitors increased the lead 3 minutes before half-time as Ohizu turned goal scorer, finishing off Vuyo Liklapa's low cross 2-0. Just a minute into the second half, it was substitute and former Royal AM winger Kulegari Shezi who was sent off for a second bookable offence. City given a lifeline to stage a fight back. Albazamile ukulisebenzisa lothuba Caden Francis umfana obuya eGqeberha washaya phakathi ibhola ebelibekele kahle uJaden Rhodes 2-1. But it was not enough for the citizens to get anything from this game as they suffered their 13th defeat of the season. A new record for them in the top flight. Aw, wadlala Eric Tinkler madoda.
A confirmation imidlalo bezaleke ngempela Friday. AmaZulu finally getting 3 points after having struggled for the last 3 games. They beat Richards Bay in the KZN Derby Jabu. What the standouts there, SuperSport United failing to get 3 points, which they need badly, but also Orlando Pirates putting the pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, it's crunch time manje. Ama-team amaningi adlalela ukungena ku-top 8 abanye balwela ukuthi bangayi laphana kuma relegation playoffs, but for mina iSuperSport United this year yiyo i-team engwarishe kakhulu ukuthi they've lost so many players every season, top players bayawathengisa. That's how they do their business, but bheka manje ukuthi ba-affecte kanjani labahleli khona. It looks like nabo bayanuka nje ukuthi bangadlala i-relegation playoffs, including i-Cape Town City.
I look at the Cape Town City and I look at the amount of games played, because they've played 25 games, which is the most that you're seeing on this page, which means, you know, SuperSport on 23, coach, still have 2 games in hand. They still have 6 points that they can play for. And you give them 6 points there, they're fighting for top 8.
Yeah, loko bangava na ti game leti nga talanga swa kufana na Cape Town City mara asibulu ku ri batati wina ti game letiwa because games in hand are not points in the back. and loku kunabantu ba 14 bathame ahenhla ka mahlombe ya wena swa tika because na Cape Town City loko u languta sweswi swilo swa vona swi fambi kahle because va fambise ti coach va fambise ti technical director mara va xave ti player leto tala se loko u cheka sweswi bo Chipa Golden Arrows swi famba kahle swilo swa vona javuvula yiku kuna vanhu va la tshama ka top 8 Kaizer Chiefs ku yani xitivi ku ri isa tshamile ka top 8 kumbe isa tshamela ehansi
For a short time, for a couple of
yeah
hours. Kodwa naba la bekhona ke wabalala mole Kaizer Chiefs enzimole ena le 30 points ra bula ka 30 points ra bula ka safety mo PSL so a re tlogele mo ba reng ba relegation mara safe bona le belo ba tonna ba le teng na mo top 8 ye.
Yeah, it's umsebenzi mningi lapha yana ku Kaizer Chiefs because we've seen ukuthi coach Nabi and the technical team yakhe they've been trying different formations, different personnel but it seems like ukuthi andile okwamanje ngathi abakam understand kahle so angazi le ndoda letolikayo leya emtolikelayo ngeEnglish angazi ukuthi nayo itolika zona na because it's tough because akakwazi ukusenda imessage the way afuna ukuyisenda ngakhona because of language so that's why maybe it's one of the reasons but struggle but for ukubona iKaizer Chiefs ijabulele ukuthi nje at least sisindile sina 30 points it tells you a lot ukuthi umsebenzi mningi lapha eNatural